What's up, guys? Welcome back to F4A. I have another episode of Fool's Gold for you here today. For this series, I like to say that it's a movie or TV show that's worth watching once or none. And just it's something that looks visually good or has a good list of actors, but it's just overall it's okay or it's not good at all. And for this episode, I may be doing it on The Flash. Now, just in my opinion, this movie is too long. We don't need it to be 2 hours and 24 minutes. It is that long. It's 2 hours and 24 minutes to see a movie for a storyline that we already know. We know it as much as Batman's origin story. Also, too, they already introduced the Flash and they already said his origin story in the Zack Snyder Justice League. We already know the Flash's origin story. We want to see a new storyline or something else that's going on. We already know what the Flashpoint Paradox is because the Flash TV show was 9 seasons, and by my estimation, he saved his mom or went back to the past at least 4 times to do the same thing over and over again. If you watch that series, he was every single one of those ones, and in some cases he disappeared because he did it again. And in the last one, he was the main one that told him, don't do it, just stay there. And we already know this series. That's my thing about this. We already know the story. He runs back in time because he misses his mom. He saves her. Then basically he runs back. Everything is different. Runs back again to change it, to stop himself. Runs back again to his present. Everything's different now because he changed something small again. That's one of the annoying things about this movies. It just takes too long to get to the point where we already know what's going on, but they're waiting for him to realize what's going on. That's kind of the irritation in my opinion. But just another thing is too, younger 19-year-old Barry, he's a little too much in my opinion. He's kind of annoying. Just doesn't listen at all. It's no wonder turns out he's the villain because in the end he tries to just save everybody. It turns out he's the black runner or racer or whatever he is, and it's barely revealed that in the end. And you kind of see it coming after you see his arm and that giant spike or whatever sticking out of his arm. And weirdly enough, when it just first appears, and then you see younger Barry with it in that little sphere when they're running through and they're seeing all the universes and everything. And then you finally are able to see it's him the entire time. You'd think you would have realized, you can't fix it, dude. You tried so many times. Your hair is white. Your skin's wrinkly. You're very old. How long have you been doing that? Thousands of years? And where's he getting his energy from, too? Doesn't the Flash have to eat constantly? It's a big question. And just, how's he doing this for so long? Another thing is, too, just that drove me a little nuts. They promoted the crap out of Supergirl because they're doing this whole the WB's doing this whole thing with Superman, and just I don't care about that. We're talking about Supergirl right now. In this movie, she didn't need to be there. She was kind of pointless. I mean, she didn't do anything. She died 3 times. They hyped her up so much, and she only got maybe 10 minutes of screen time, and then she ended up dying 3 times. Okay? Why? Why did you do that? Why'd you end up killing her? Another thing is, too, there's no, main villain that they actually discuss. There's no, main goal that they need to do. Essentially, Barry runs into the past after changing the past, and he had a happy little life that he does not really remember because that's not his past. That's not his present anymore. So now they have to deal with Zod. But Zod's not aware of who the hell they are because he still wants, because he's still on the Man of Steel mentality and that storyline. But Superman's dead, so he wants Kara when no one knew where Kara was. So essentially, he would have done all this for no reason. So it's kind of hard to say who the main villain is, because in my opinion now it's more like Flash is the main villain or young Barry's the villain, which turns out it was young Barry that was the villain. And the thing is too, they just took their time with explaining getting from point A and B all the way to Z, all the way. It seemed more why did you take so long to explain a storyline that everybody already knows? We already know what's going to happen. And when they finally meet Batman, then he finally explains like what happened and such with using spaghetti, and I thought that was kind of funny. But even still, why did you take so long to get to that point? We get it already. We already know what's going on. Get it faster. Get there faster. That's why I said this movie did not need to be 2 hours or 2.5 hours long. That's why. That's the annoying part of it. And the more annoying thing about it, in the end, he still ended up stopping himself. Barry, he ended up stopping himself again, even though he already knows what kind of future he'll have. If he ends up saving his mom, he'll get his dad out of jail and get his dad acquitted. But the thing is, too, he still ends up changing things again. And now we have a new Batman, which is George Clooney. And I'm just wondering, is George Clooney now Batman, or is this just meant to be a joke? Ugh. But this is my opinion. You're entitled to your own. The movie in general, it's not bad, but it did not need to be that long. We already know this story. There's some characters don't need to be there at all because they had no relevance to the actual storyline. And it just took way too long to get to the end, in my opinion. But you're entitled to your own opinion. Let me know what you think of it down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.